I'm Cailor for the Spartan Pulse. With the high school swim season coming to a close, we thought it would be a good time to catch up with head coach Cordon. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Carter, thank you for having me.
Although the season is coming to a close, I think it'd be a good idea to take a look back at some of the regular season accomplishments. Is there anything specific you would like to highlight?
Yeah, we really had a fantastic season on both sides. I always look at the NEAC championship as a middle of the season gauge of where we're at. And, starting with our girls team, we knew we had some incredible young talent and, some great senior leadership. And we had a chance of moving up from last year's fourth place finish. And this year they made a run and they placed second place out of 8 teams, just behind perennial state powerhouse Akron Firestone. So, we walked out of that meet on the girls' side feeling very good about how they performed, going up against some of the talent that they did, and they competed. They weren't backing down, and they wanted to race them. On the guys' end, that was another big meet for us. Last year, we walked out of that NEAC championship meet, and we came in second place by 2 points, and that was our theme of the year for the guys' team is, can we make up 2 points somehow, and we never wanted to lose a meet by 2 points again. So this year, our boys team ended up winning the meet by 3 points over Akron Firestone, and we walked out of there NEAC champs. Throughout the season, our boys team just seemed to win these meets that we really shouldn't have on paper. As a matter of fact, I'd have to rescore meets just because I wasn't sure. But they were gritty, and we just had a lot of depth, and I think that paid off on the guys' end as well as the girls' team as well.
I understand that the team had 2 members qualify for state meet. Would you like to highlight any of their accomplishments?
Yeah, that's always the icing on the cake, is if we can get some kids from our high school. We're a D1 program, and the state championship meet in Ohio is one of the fastest in the country. Currently, D1 swimming is ranked 4th in the country for swimming. And just to get a kid in there is a big accomplishment. So that's what we always shoot for. And when it happens, we're just blessed for many reasons. But starting with our freshman diver, RJ Keating, he's not a new diver. He's been diving since a young age, and he's very good at this. And he's been working toward this goal for years. And as a freshman, to get up on the boards and to break 2 freshman records for the 6 diving event and 11 diving event. And he qualified for the state meet by placing 7th place at the district meet. It was remarkable. He's the first diver in our 35-year swimming history to qualify for state meet. And then we have Madison Murphy, a junior swimmer who is just a lot of fun to watch. She's gritty, she's intense, she likes to work hard. She's a very personable kid. She's a great teammate to many people. And to watch her race on Saturday at the district meet and place 2nd overall at the districts and automatically qualify was a pretty big deal. So, we're getting ready for this weekend state meet, and, the coaches are excited, the kids are excited, and we're just very proud of them and the program and everything that they have accomplished up to this point.
And what advice would you give to anyone considering joining the swim team next year?
Well, we have some great summer programs. We always tell new kids, if there's any new kids that want to practice or train or see if they like it, is to try it out at one of our summer programs, whether it's Appwood Swim Club or Boardman Tennyson Swim Club or even Firestone. These are where we get all our kids from. 99% of all our kids on our high school team are from these summer rec teams. And our coaches are in place at both of these clubs so we could track the talent and develop it, and we know what's coming up. And every now and then we get new kids that walk on our swim team, our high school swim team, and they do very well. We explain to them what it entails. It is a lot of work. It's 6 days a week. We have morning practices before school. But the kids that come through it and the ones that stick it out become very good swimmers, very good individuals. Their work habits are great in the classroom. Those are our expectations as the swim team coaches. We try to develop a whole culture. So you're not just getting the athleticism, you're not just getting one heck of a workout. We're also training you mentally, physically, emotionally, and we also expect you to be great students in the classroom.
Thank you for your time today, Coach, and we hope for another great season in the winter. And thank you for joining me today. If you're interested in joining the swim team for next year, contact Cordon directly. I am Carter Cailor for the Spartan Pulse.
Hello BHS, I'm Carter Mascola and this is the Spartan Pulse. Today I'm joined by senior basketball star Trey DePietro to talk a little bit about their season up to this point. Trey, thank you for joining me.
Good to be here, Carter.
So to start off, what position do you play?
I play center and forward.
What does it mean to you to be a team captain?
Well, obviously the definition of a captain is, lead for the team. But for me, instead of saying words, and telling people what to do, I like to lead by example. So playing the best I can play and, giving a path for other kids to follow is exactly what I want to do.
Trey, thank you so much for your time. I'm Carter Mascola for the Spartan Pulse.
Hello, I'm John Oslavic for the Spartan Pulse, and I'm here with Miss Shonn to talk about her experience as a teacher. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome, John.
As a teacher, you probably know that it's been hard for both students and staff over the past couple of years. How specifically has it impacted you?
Well, I know that I've had to change my teaching a lot during the pandemic. I had to learn a lot about Google Classroom, and I had to put my lessons on Google Classroom. I had to learn about putting tests on Google Forms, and I still continue to put my lessons on Google Classroom. I've learned how to scan worksheets and attach them to Google Classroom, and that way, even today, if there are any students who happen to be absent, then they could look right on Google Classroom. They can find out what my lesson plan was for the day, and they can also look at the worksheets that we had, and they can keep up with whatever work they happen to miss. So I think that that has been a positive, with all the negatives that we've gone through with the pandemic.
And also, what kind of goals do you have for your students? Have they changed over the past couple of years, or have they remained the same?
Well, I think basically they've remained the same. The goals that I've had for teaching foreign language have basically been the same. I like them to use the language through reading it, writing it, speaking it, understanding it, learning the culture. Those are all important things about, learning a foreign language. So, yeah, basically the same.
In reviewing your own experience as a teacher, who inspired you to become one?
Well, my mother is a teacher, so she inspired me. But then I had a wonderful teacher in high school, and she was my Spanish teacher. Her name is Mrs. Stellers, and she was fantastic, and she inspired me to become a Spanish teacher. If it weren't for her, I probably would have been an elementary teacher.
How did your life shape you as a teacher? Is there anything you do specifically different than other teachers?
Well, I've traveled an awful lot, and I've been to many foreign countries. I lived in Mexico for a year. I taught English for a year at the University of Guadalajara. I also studied Spanish 3 summers at the University of Guadalajara in Mexico. So that really helped me. And I was in Spain for a week. I was in Puerto Rico for a week. And so I feel like living abroad and teaching abroad, I feel like those experiences helped me learn about the people, the culture. I became more fluent. And I try to bring those experiences into my classroom to make the language more real and less abstract. And then I've also done a lot of musical theater in my life for about 20 years. And so I do a lot of, I do a lot of songs, and I dance a little bit. I perform a little bit to try to make it a little bit easier for my students to learn, different grammatical concepts or vocabulary so that they can, make things stick in their head a little bit better. So I think all of those experiences make me a little different than maybe some of the other teachers.
Are there any after-school programs or organizations that you're involved in?
Yes, I've been doing the French Cultural Club this past year, and what that entails is we have monthly meetings, and we highlight a different French-speaking country. And for example, we started off the year with France, naturally. And we'll have like a Google slide presentation, and we'll also have French music, and we will have French food. We'll bring in like French food or the food from the country, and we will have a video presentation as well. And then the following month, we did Canada, Lebanon. So each month, we will feature a different French-speaking country. We also participated in the 8th grade orientation. We'll be doing some French Cultural Club t-shirts. We're talking about a field trip. So different things along that line.
And are there any upcoming events that the members of the club should be aware of?
Well, the t-shirts will be coming up. We'll be having another meeting, and we will be talking about a field trip. I don't know if we'll be able to get it ready for this year, but hopefully the following year we'll be able to go to a museum.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, you're welcome, John. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm John Oslavic for the Spartan Pulse.